Hi and welcome to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. Today is March 10th, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and you come back for more. Today I want to do the Reseller News Weekend. So without further ado, let's get right to it. Okay, for those who are new, I just wanted to go over really quick. I do not read everything verbatim. I will give you the URL and the company where I got the information from. And the rest is up to you if you'd like to pick up where I left off. The first story we're going to go with is from, well, let me give you the first URL is www.ecommercebytesoneword.com. First story is from the editor, March 10th, today, 2019. And it goes on to say, eBay is giving sellers less than 3 weeks to prepare for a major structural change to how it will do business. Failing to live up to the previous promises to give sellers a minimum 60-day notice of major changes, as announced on February 26 as part of the early seller update, all fixed price listings must be in good till canceled GTC format beginning in mid-March, which we're calling the GTC mandate. eBay itself failed inadequately to prepare the announcement. Vice President and Seller Experience at the eBay, Harry Tamkin, who joined eBay in October, issued an update on March 1st stating eBay was looking into doubling billing issues that sellers immediately pointed out as the result of GTC mandate. He has yet to announce the results of the policy review. I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet here because I only got about, another 4 up here, 5, whatever. I'm going to go through this here really quick, expand a little on it, and you guys can pick up where I left off. I know there's not too much to read on it, but folks, for all intents and purposes, I want to try to keep this short. So you guys know the story. You could read it yourself, or basically you could just freeze the video and just read it yourself right here. You don't have to go to the URL. But anyway, let's move to the next one. I'm going to close out of here. Now, you're going to see some that's going to sound like they're replicating here, but it's not. There are different ones here. Like, for example, this one here says results are in. How eBay GTC mandate will impact sellers. This was from March 9th, 2019. It says they were talking about this here, how they talked about it before, like we just read before. We conducted a survey. You could read this one here. I'll just read this part right over here. I'm going to skip around right to this part here. It says 8% of the respondents said that they felt eBay's policy change, all fixed price listings to good to canceled, was a good change, and 72% said it was a bad change. 16% said it was neutral, and 4% said they didn't know. I am not crazy on good to cancel. I was telling everybody in my other videos that I want to get away from good to cancel. This was before I found out about this. And my reason is because it will auto-renew. If you have, let's say you're a person that has a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 listings, whatever, and if some of that stuff doesn't sell and it renews, you're going to get some big, heavy, the insertion fees. Right now, I can't afford that there. So for me, I only have the starter store, which is $4.95 a month. They give you 100 free listings, and if you go over the 100 free listings, it's 30 cents for each additional, listing that you do. So for me, I want to try to stay in that ballpark right now. The only reason why you see I have 116 listings because eBay offered some free listings, and I just embarked on that there. So that's the only reason why I have 116 listings right now. Otherwise, I'm staying in the 100 listing price range right there. I'm not going to go any more than that. Not unless I'm making money. I'm not. But it goes over here. Please indicate how GTC will impact the fees you pay. 45% said I will pay the same in fees. 37% I will pay more in fees. 5% say I will pay less than fees. 14% don't know. Please indicate how the new GTC policy will impact your work overload. Your workload. It will be an overload. 59% said this change will result in more work. 28% said the change will result in the same amount of work. 8% the change will result in less work. 5% don't know. You want my take on this here, folks, to be honest with you, with this eBay GTC stuff. Right before it hits the 29th day, when it hits right before the 30th day, on the 29th or the 28th, depending on when the month ends. If it's like February, I think so, I got 28 days. Keep track of that stuff there. And right before it, just end all your listings, because unless you want to auto renew, just be prepared. You're going to be paying a lot of insertion fees. So I don't know about you, but I'm not making enough money to cover the insertion fees right now. So for me, I will be definitely keeping track on my my listings. And like I said again, if nothing sells at the end of the 30 days, even though, well, at the 30 days, but you have the good to cancel, I'm going to cancel those out. I'm just going to end them all, and I will pick and choose the ones I want to put in, because I don't want to accrue any additional insertion fees. I don't want the auto renew. I don't care about the auto renew policy. That I don't care for. I already have the store. Store gives me 100 free listings, so I don't need to incur, what do you call it there, accrue more debt with the auto renew. So that's something you might want to think of, folks. Just right before the 30 days over, boom, end them out. Unless you want to keep them. You may be one of the people that want to keep them there. So if that's the case, then you have nothing to worry about. But for people like myself, I will have to keep tabs on that there. And the ones that are going to get, before they auto renew, I'm going to cancel them out. So, that's totally up to you. Okay, let's move to the next story. Now, I know it seems, again, the same thing. It says survey. Now, that was a different story there, but this says over here, explain the impact. We already talked about that there. It's another story there. I know it seems like it's replicating, but it is a different one. The title was a little different if you looked at it earlier. I'm not going to get too much into this here. You know the URL if you want to check it out. I'll scroll down here. You can read it. Matter of fact, you could probably read the whole thing again. All you got to do is just pause the page and you can read it. Here's one over here. This one came out March 9, 2019. The Seller's Guide to eBay's Early 2019 Seller Update. And we got the same, right? Okay. It says over here, there's a lot to process. Yeah, it says, there's a lot to process in the first eBay Seller Update in 2019. The company also revealed some hints of what is to come this year. eBay announced announced the update in February 26 and expected although this year it called the early seller update, and said in the spring update would be announced in April. Okay, eBay senior manager of seller operations Christy DeMaz explained the eBay seller update is not meant to be like a full update like our typical seller updates. In our very first early seller update, we announced a handful of changes that were ready to go, rather than hold on to them and announce them later on in the year. We thought, let's release them now so that the sellers can start taking advantage of them sooner rather than later. And I got these stupid messages popping up. I hate these things. If you want to check it out, folks, you can check it out. You can read it over here if you want. I know there's not much to read, but again, I want to try to keep this seller news, reseller news pretty short this time. I'm trying. Okay, this one over here, and it goes on to say here, same website of course, Collector's Corner, mouses, mice. Not that kind. We're referring to the computer kind, the kind that's used to be connected via the cord in the back of a gigantic CPU, taking up half the desk. That kind of that kind had a ball underneath. Oh yeah, remember that day, the ball? People used to collect those things there for some reason. We're taking the balls out of the mouse pads. Anyway, yeah, and that glided over a pad. Other surfaces that clogged up with cat hair that wouldn't work until you cleaned. I remember that there. I remember you used to always have to clean those things out. That kind, yeah, this is the kind that was not named Mickey or Minnie. Because that's the computer mouse can trace its lineage back to 1964 when Douglas Engelbart of the Stanford Research Institute, with an aid of his associate Bill English, built the first prototype electronic tracking device. Had been in development since the late 1940s, but Engelbart's was the first to be used in a configuration familiar to those of us used today, which they christened the mouse due to a resemblance of a small mammal, the cord being its tail. Yes. I remember if you ever watch Pirates of Silicon Valley, I like the part when they go into the executives are in Manhattan and they're introducing the mouse that what was the company again that picked up? I can't think of the name of it. Xerox made the mouse. And it shows you over there when the guy was narrating, he goes, when they put this thing on the table, he goes, the executives looked at it like it was a dead rat. They were just passing it from one another, But yeah, you know, if you watch the Pirates of Silicon Valley, you know what I'm talking about. It's kind of funny though, but the way they had that. Anyway, you can check that story out. Okay, it's over here, Collector's Corner, mouses and mice. All right, let's move right along. And last but not least, E-commerce Bites sound off letters to the editor, March 10th, came out today. Well, of course, it's got March 9th, but it's over here posted for March 10th, 2019. In every issue, readers sound off about issues important to them, from shipping issues to payment processing, from fees to online marketplace policies. E-commerce Bytes Sound Off gives you a chance to air your views. And it goes on to say, Dear Ina, is eBay collections of a thing in the past? Eddie. Dear Ina, I'm concerned about how eBay AU handled the change to GTC. This is an excerpt from an eBay community discussion board thread. Now, I'm not going to hit the thread there. You can click it on. Anything that you see in blue is usually active hyperlinks. You can click it on and check it out. Anyway, it was posted on 3/2/19. So if you want to read it, and it goes on to say, I guess you don't know, I guess you don't want to be the listing or selling on eBay and AU right now. eBay charged us a 30-day listing to cancel. From 19 February to 2019, but they didn't wait until the 30-day listings to end. Just changed it to GTC at the end of the cycle. Imagine the surprise when a seller's 30 days listings rolled over, changed good to cancel, then got hit with the listing fees. Sarah, yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. If you guys are going to, well, we all have to, if we're going to do with the price, fixed pricing. I think they also talk about auctions, but don't hold me to that. I don't want to sit there saying, people comment me saying, "Oh yeah, you said they're going to do an auction." I thought I read that there. That don't hold me to it. That's what I'm talking about though with the fixed pricing. Check if you don't want to incur additional fees, more monthly fees, because like I said, I only paid $4.95 a month for the store, but I don't want to pay any more to eBay than I need to. So right before the 30 days over on the good to cancel, you hit that. End them. If you don't want them, end them out. Get rid of them. Just end them and pick and choose the ones you want. If you're on a budget like me and you want to stay within that I got the starter store, which you get 100 free listings, you may want to keep it that way. You may want to do it that way. And you got better control over it too, because at least you know that, okay, I know every month I have 100 listings, and people say, yeah, but 100 listings, what are you going to get for it? If you're on a budget, that's what you'll do. I mean, it's plain and simple. I'm out to save money. I mean, we're all different financial situations here. You guys who out there, you may be in a better financial situation than I am. But right now, I'm watching my nickels and dimes, to be honest with you. But anyway, if you want to check that story out, you know the URL, you know the company. Let me close this video out. I don't know how long it's going to be. I hope it's not going to be too long. Well, that concludes the Reseller News weekend, folks. I'm sorry if I was rambling on really quick. I just want to try to keep these videos short. Yesterday, I was doing, I loaded up 3 videos, and, something happened. There was a misspelling, and one took about over an hour and a half to edit. And I noticed it too late, and when I put it up on YouTube, I looked, I said, oh my God, I left the letter out. It's supposed to be don't. It was don't. So I said, that's it. I had to load it up and take it right, delete it off of YouTube, So that took about over an hour and a half to upload, to edit. So I'm trying to keep the videos short and sweet, But anyway, in regards to the good till cancel things, folks, I just wanted to bring it to your attention. It bothers me. I'm not really crazy about it. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Maybe you like it. I don't. I personally don't like it, but I have to comply because if I'm using fixed pricing, I got to do it right that way. I have to go along with it, right? I don't have a choice, right? Unless I go off of eBay altogether. But right now, I'm selling exclusively on eBay as far as that part goes, along with Poshmark as well. But that's basically, I try to keep the stuff there, girl stuff. But to be honest with you, I'm kind of like cross-referencing, what I'm saying? Like basically, some of the stuff that's on eBay, if you went to my Poshmark site, listings, you'll see some of that stuff there. Not all, but basically like some of the clothes, the pocketbooks, stuff like that. They do kind of like some of the mirror image Poshmark, but I need to do that, folks. I need to unload this stuff. This merchandise has been sitting around for over a year or better, and I want to get rid of it. I've been doing everything under the sun as far as like lowering prices. I don't offer free shipping, and the reason why I don't offer free shipping is because I don't get the items cheap enough to offer free shipping. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying when I go to thrift stores. Unless they have, if I go on an off day where they don't have no 25% off or 50% off, I'm paying full price. And, the stuff I get from them, it's not that cheap. Some people may say, well, maybe you should go source it at yard sales. I want to just share a quick story really quick about yard sales, okay? because I hear people saying all the time, oh, you do good at yard sales, you could do it at yard sales. It's only one story I'm going to share. There may be many others, but I'm only going to share the one that I know. There was a story about, I do follow another seller on YouTube, and this person was telling the story. For those who are subscribers, regular subscribers, not the new ones, because you probably never heard it before. This person was telling a story that he went thrifting, right? He went to yard sales, and the story went something like this here, from my memory serves me. It was a while back I heard it, and he was saying that he was he went to a yard sale and he picked up this electronic thing. I don't know if it was a camera. I don't know if it was like a whatever it was. I know it was some kind of electronic thing. It might even be like a little radio, whatever it was. Okay, either a camera or radio, one of those things. He picks it up, takes it to the lady who's performing the yard sale there, orchestrating that, and he goes, "How much is this here?" She goes, "Oh, give it to me. I'll be right back." She goes into the house. He's telling the story. He's waiting out there for about a minute or two, whatever. She comes back out and she says, "This is selling on eBay for X amount of money." He said, "All right, thank you." He put it back and he left. So what's happening now, for those who aren't familiar with this here, I can attest to it in my thrift stores. I don't know about where you guys are in your states. Today, some thrift stores are looking things up at eBay, what they're selling for on eBay, and that's what they're selling them for. Plain and simple. I know it because I went to a couple days back, maybe a week and a half ago. I just stopped in. I didn't buy anything. I was just curious. It was 50% off. I didn't buy anything. I know normally 50% you say, "Oh, wow, you're getting things half price." But here's the thing. This is what I found and I talked this with one of my relatives. When they run those 50% sales, let's say they have a target price, okay? Let's say they're selling an item, they mark it up $50, okay? They mark it up $50. They run a 50% sale. Their target price is $25. That's what they're looking for originally. Now, people may say, "Well, you're crazy. I never heard of anything like that." Oh, what, really? Come on. What do you think department stores do? You don't think they ante the price up, so when you come in, you're getting a 10%, 15% off, or whatever it is? You don't think that's the target? They got to make money. They got to make money. They can't take a loss on it. All right? So this is what I was told, and I was talking to other resellers, fellow resellers that I deal with in the store, these local thrift stores I deal with, and they said the same thing. They go in the back, when they get this stuff donated to them, they go in the back and they have people sitting on the computers. Not every single thing, because there was times I went in there, I picked stuff up, and they didn't know what they were selling. Maybe it was an overlook, maybe somebody overlooked it, but I ended up getting a thing really good price, and I ended up selling for a decent price. Okay, but that's because the person probably didn't want to, wasn't paying attention that day, just took it and said, "I'm not going to look it up." I mean, they get tons of stuff in there. I mean, where my thrift stores are, if you look in the back, you see not tractor trailers, so there's big trucks there coming in, and they're piling out stuff in there. And they must have a warehouse somewhere else to offload, because I don't know where you put all that stuff. To me, it's like having a big junkyard there. All right, they're doing that. So if people beg to differ, and they say, "Well, I have to disagree." You could disagree all you want. I'm talking about what's going on in my thrift stores. Okay, from what I heard from other resellers. Okay, the other thing is, people who are doing yard sales. Now the warm weather will be coming up eventually, right? We're in March, so you got April, May, whatever. That's when the price they'll start getting into it. Then you'll start seeing signs posted on the streets or whatever, corners, or yard sale, whatever. People are looking up on YouTube. On eBay, and they're seeing things like, for example, this iPhone 5S, right? Now, if someone was having a yard sale and they put this on there, and I go over there and I say, "Well, how much you want for the iPhone?" Give me $79 for it, whatever. You look this iPhone up, it might be selling on eBay for $79. I'm talking people that go into these yard sales not to buy for their own personal use. I'm talking people to buy that they want to resell. So in some cases, going to yard sales is not always the key thing. You can do, in some cases, I'd say a good majority of them, you are going to get some pretty good deals. But those are for people that say, I don't care about what it's selling for on eBay. I just want to load it. Let me give you an example. Myself, okay? If I was to have a yard sale, all right, I am not going to go, and depending how many pieces or items I'm going to have, I am not going to go piece to piece and look on eBay and see what they're selling for. I just want to unload it and get rid of it. That's it, plain and simple. But there are people out there that will, go to those extremes. If they're selling a laptop, or I remember one time with my relative, we were on our way to the thrift store. We said, "Oh, this is the little guy's having a yard sale. Let's stop off there." And the guy was selling, I don't know, one of those backpacks. I don't know, North Face backpacks, whatever. So my relative's like, "Okay, I'll give you." The guy wanted, I don't know if he wanted $40 or 35 or $40 for it. And my relative says, "I'll give you 25 for it." No deal. He goes, you know what the guy comes out and tells him? He goes, "I'd rather sell it." He goes, "I'd rather sit on it and keep it for myself before I sell it to you for that price." I was like, take care. Very arrogant. And after I got in the car with my relative, I said, I wouldn't have bought it from that guy even if he did. I don't like his personality. His attitude stunk. I mean, to sit there and talk like that, the way he said it, I wouldn't even. He goes, "I'd rather keep it for myself before I sell it to you for that price." Okay, bye. You're not the only person in the world that's selling stuff like that. I mean, maybe you might have it. Maybe in your particular yard sale you have that particular item, but I'm sure you'll come across them. As time goes on. But that's what's happening, folks, and people don't realize that. They think like it's not impossible. It's impossible for them to do that. They're doing it. So hey, you do what you got to do. Anyway, I don't know, like I said again, how you guys feel about the good to cancel stuff. If you want to leave a comment below, let me know what you think about it. I personally don't like it, but that's me. I don't like being compelled into doing things that that are kind of like against my wishes, because personally, I think if eBay wants to play on a little field, what they should do is leave it at the seller's discretion. If they want to keep the listing on for 5, 10, or whatever, 15 or 30 days, whatever, they should let the seller decide for that, not them. I know it's their website, and it's like, if you're on our website, you're playing ball. You play ball by us the way we want it. Okay, you're going to play our way. That's it. Yeah, my way or the highway, so to speak. So I have no choice. Well, I do have a choice. I could try to sell stuff on my own website, which I do have a website. But the only thing is, my website is nothing like eBay. You don't get that notoriety. You don't have that there. How are you going to draw the traffic? I mean, when a person talks about selling something, the first thing that comes to mind, eBay or Amazon in some case. If you're an Amazon diehard, Amazon. I'll sell on Amazon. But for the most part, eBay was always been the thing. Every time, even like in certain movies, you hear that there. Oh, sell it on. I could always pick this up on eBay. I forget which movies it was, but I heard the word eBay being peppered in the conversation in certain movies. So you either play by their game or leave. That's it. It's like you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, so to speak. I'm just saying, I'm voicing my own concern. I don't like good to cancel, but that's me. You guys out there, you may love it. You may want to have the auto renew and keep doing it. I did that there for a while. I was doing it there. Good to cancel. And when I was getting bills racked up, I said, forget it. I said, this is bogus. I can't do it anymore. And I just before this thing started taking place, I just would do 30-day listings. Once the 30 days was over, I would pick and choose the ones I was going to put on there. Now there's another seller I follow. He claims on the dead, the dead stuff there, the dead issue, whatever, the dead piles, whatever. If you're going to do it there, he ends all his listings and then he relists them again. Now, depending how many free listings you could do, if you have like that, you could do that. I'm not going to do that, because if I was to do that right now, I have 116 listings. If I was to just end them and then go and then do it again, now I'm going to go over, and it's not for the new month. So it's like that. We're just like the beginning of the month. So I'd probably exhaust it. I'd probably be getting additional 100 listings, and it's going to cost me more money on top of what I had prior, and let alone my store fee. So you could rack a bill up really quick around here. And remember one thing, folks, eBay has nothing to lose in this game. They have nothing to lose. You're the one. They get their money every month. Okay, as far as I know. I know they get it every month from me. So they have nothing to lose or gain on this here. Okay, I mean, well, they're going to gain, but I'm just saying, but they have nothing to really lose. So think about it, folks. But anyway, that's my take on it, on the good till canceled. And it is what it is, Anyway, this is Rich Pasini signing off. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Until next time, bye-bye.